TNA, they have officially crossed the line as things was hitting on all cylinders tonight as we had TNA hosting Rebellion, which was a phenomenal show when it came to a great Saturday night. There were so many players on the card tonight. We had a few returns when it came to TNA tonight. We had Mike Santana, who made his initial return, as well as we had Broken Matt Hardy, who closed out the show and pretty much kept everybody on edge when it came to the deletion of the system. But pretty much, let's go ahead and get to the nitty gritty. Everything's so saucy, what you guys officially came here for. Appreciate you guys coming here to show your love and support. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And as well, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified as things transpire as being your new home of IWC. But let's get things underway when it came to Rebellion tonight. Things were all swinging into things as we had the countdown to TNA Rebellion. We had Leon Slate along with ABC members Ace Austin, as well as with Chris Bay, taking on the Rascals, Trey Miguel, Myron Reed, and Zach Winston. This match was pretty hard hitting. Couldn't ask for anything better when it came to this match. Had such a great time just enjoying this overall chain wrestling when it came to six-man tag, and you couldn't ask for anything better. These boys put on a great clinic all through the whole entire match, including everybody hitting their trademark moves, high intensity when it came to the high spots and everything under the sun, as well as seeing Leon Slate hitting that phenomenal Swann Tom 450 to pick up the victory, and you couldn't ask for anything better when it came to this direct match. Then we switch over to a segment when it came to AJ Francis along with Rich Swann, who were accompanied by the main boy Mafia from the backstage interview, along with GM Miller, and pretty much they promised that Swann was going to whip on Joe Hendry's ass tonight, and that pretty much concluded that interview. But it was short and sweet, but I look forward to seeing how things initially break down. Then we got ready for the next initial match, which was Laredo Kid taking on Crazy Steve for the TNA Digital Media Championship match. This match was great as well. It was hard-hitting. Couldn't ask for anything better when it came to this match. And I truly enjoyed it when it came to everything they put out in this ring. Crazy Steve has been a long-time original as well, put on everything on Showcase, along when it comes to a Laredo Kid, as well as picking up a great victory with his family that was in the crowd. When I checked out a little bit later throughout the social media, they pretty much hinted that his family was there, his mom was there, and he pretty much picked up his first championship over in TNA Wrestling. But I give it overall, this was a decent match with Laredo Kid hitting the Spanish Fly for the pinfall victory over Crazy Steve. And things pretty much broke down from there as he celebrated with a nice victory. And congratulations to Laredo for picking up that victory, becoming the new TNA Digital Media Champion. And I look forward to seeing his showcase later on in a later date as he continued to rack up those wins when it comes to TNA. Crazy Steve was doing a phenomenal job as a Digital Media Champion. He was holding the championship for a good little while now. And I look forward to seeing where will be his next stop when it comes to his next feud, as well as seeing where he may end up just in general when it comes to the upper cards. Will he be going for the X Division Championship, or will he be taking his talents to a different company from there? Then we have an interview by Gia Miller, who was interviewing Steph Delander. And she revealed that despite Matt Cadorna's absence due to injury, she hired the good hands of Jason Hotch and as well as John Skyler as backup for her match tonight against Jordynne Grace. Then we got ready for the next following contest, which was a tag team match, which was decent from the upper cards. It was a TNA Knockouts tag team title match. It was the Spitfires, Danny Luna, and as well as Jody Threat, taking on the challengers of Decay members Rosemary and Havoc. And this match went the distance when it came to everything initially broke down. And it was a lot of back and forth. Havoc pretty much was running wreck shot when it came to everybody in his direct match. As well as having along the lines of having Rosemary doing some offense and hot tags as well. But Spitfire pretty much controlled majority of this match when it came to this tag team match. It was a lot of signatures back and forth, and this match was pretty decent. I enjoyed it from my own hot take. And the conclusion of this match happened with a torture rack sit down spine buster, which was conducted by Spitfire, who picked up the 1, 2, 3 to retain the TNA Knockouts Women's Tag Team titles. Then we end up having a backstage, which was Masha Sandwich, along with Alisha Edwards, having a stare down Spitfire from the ramp. So it looks like we have some new challengers along the lines of things, as Alisha Edwards and Masha have a little bit different chemistry, but I'm looking to see how they mesh together. But I know we're gonna have kind of like a great thing when it comes to the system. The system has been doing a phenomenal job, but now they're racking things up when it comes to the women's division. I don't see Alisha Edwards going back to try to go for the Knockouts women's world title. So I see her basically having a bodyguard, a bulldozer when it comes to everything, and Masha's the right person when it comes to the fit for her and when it comes to the division. Then they switch over to the Countdown to Rebellion video package running down the main card for the show, as the commentators Tom Hampton and as long as it's Matt, they pretty much welcome the audience to the broadcast and to transition to the opening of the match, which is Mustafa Ali taking on Jake Something. This match was pretty decent, a lot of hard hitting, couldn't ask for anything better. I really enjoyed this back and forth match. Jake Something, I don't think he qualifies for X Division weight class, but they put that match together, and I feel like that was kind of like a bummer. It didn't deliver as well I really would had liked to see in this match, but it was a lot of back and forth transitional moves. Of course, Mustafa Ali pretty much controlled majority of this match, and it was pretty much decent when it came to overall of this match. When it came to both competitors, put it on a nice showcase, but it wasn't a great from my own personal opinion. But the conclusion of the match ended up being from a rope-assisted mousetrap pin by Mustafa Ali, as he ended up retaining the X Division Championship. And I look forward to seeing who his next competitor will be along the lines of stepping up. There's so many competitors I would love to see. I would love to see him go against Leon Slate, as well as Chris Bay, and a couple other people I'm looking to see who he may interact with as well when it comes to the TNA division, as well as Frankie Kazarian, and a couple other people that may come to mind directly off the top of my head from there. But things pretty much broke down from there, from that direct match, as Mustafa continues to be steamrolling when it comes to the X Division, and I look forward to seeing how he continues to transition into the limelight, and pretty much will be taking his talents to all over to other divisions when it comes to other companies, and I look forward to seeing where his next stop will be. Then we get ready for Rich Swann along with AJ Francis taking on Joe Hendry. This match was okay, pretty decent. Of course, it was like a David and Goliath style match, but it was pretty decent for what it was. A lot of back and forth when it came to transitional tag. No, it wasn't even a tag, but a singles option, as well as having the outside interference from everybody that was involved, including AJ Francis and retired NFL player Sean Marion, who was involved in this match as well. But Swann took advantage of the attack of the distraction of the referee by hitting him and then hitting that 450 splash on Hendry for the pinfall. But the highlight of the match was pretty much with Joe Hendry may lost the battle, but I feel like he lost the war when they had the whole entire celebration that was directly in the ring. And of course, it looked like Joe Hendry ended up getting a lap dance, which was kind of different, but I don't know where they're going with that direction with that. But it felt like he got a nice little battle winner when it came to that situation. Then we got ready for a nice traditional TNA original style match, which we had Full Metal Mayhem. This match was hard hitting, everything under the kitchen sink, a lot of back and forth, a lot of spots when it came to weapons being involved, the tables being involved as well, and you couldn't ask for anything better when it came to the singles competition. Eric Young and Frankie Kazarian know how to pull the crowd, and they know how to be involved when it comes to just the match, just in general. The conclusion of the match happened when Frankie Kazarian hit the Avalanche Fluxor capacitor through a table and ended up pinning Eric Young to end up becoming victorious in that actual match. I would have loved to see that match go a little bit further, but I feel like they did their phenomenal job when it came to the deliverance. The crowd was chanting, "This was awesome." and they really enjoyed this match, and they were fully tuned in when it came to how everything pretty much came about in that actual singles match. Do we feel like they're gonna probably have another feud again? Most likely, it'll probably either be a steel cage or a lever leaves TNA match from there to see where the direction goes from there. I know rumors have been running shot that Eric Young may be making his way back to WWE because Triple H is looking to cook up some more talent and bring some more stables along the lines. But we shall see how things officially push when it comes to the talent that making their initial switch over to WWE or having some kind of involving partnership when it comes to the Big Brother brand of the WWE. Then we have an interview with Nick Nemeth. He's having an interview, and he said that tonight was his night, and he promised to send the TNA into a new era. And then, of course, things initially broke down from that nice little interview when it came to how everything broke down just in general. And then we had Steve Maclin come to the ring. He came in full gear. Maclin revealed that he had been given a new contract for TNA, and that's met with all his demands. And there was one more demand, which is that tonight, the director of authority, Santana Marella, appeared on the ramp and told Maclin that he was lucky because he was just the son of a new star, and guaranteed Maclin his wishes. And the new star was revealed to be four-time TNA Tag Team Champion and former AEW superstar Mike Santana. And Maclin was set to face him right then and there. And this was a decent match. Okay, back and forth. The crowd was red hot for Mike Santana when he made his entrance to the crowd. The crowd really was full of energy, full of life when it came just to how everything really was being pushed. But I really enjoyed this match. This is a lot of back and forth, a lot of transitional technical wrestling, and everything that you could truly ask for. But the match concluded with Mike Santana hitting a discus lariat, which concluded this match, and he came out on top with a nice victory from there. Then things broke down where they had an interview in the back for the system, where he was having an interview along with all the members, Eddie Edwards, Brian Myers, Alisha Edwards, and Moose, when they were interviewed by Gia Miller backstage. They confirmed that Monster Samovich is not a member of the system before Myers and Edwards promised to beat Speedball the Speedball Mountain tonight, and Moose revealed that John Abraham will be with him in a title defense against Nick Nemeth. Then we got ready for the tag team match, which was the Systems members Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers taking on Speedball Mike Bailey along with Trent 7. This match was pretty decent. Couldn't ask for anything better. I truly enjoyed this tag team match. This was a lot of hard-hitting moves back and forth. MVP of the night had to be Speedball Mike Bailey. He did his phenomenal job. Couldn't ask for anything better. And I truly enjoyed his transition of how he made things work when it came to this direct match. Same when it came to Trent 7. They did a whole lot of things in between, but things pretty much broke down on the quickness as the referee got distracted and got things really broke down to a mayhem. But the system took advantage of the advantage and was able to hit the Rossa Cutter along with the Boston Knee Party for a combo pin, and they came out victorious to keep the tag team championships. But I look forward to seeing how things break down as we still got ABC that's in the win, as well as the Motor City Machine Guns. We were still in negotiation of re-signing with AEW and TNA, basically seeing what they're basically giving to the offers. But it looks like they most likely are heading out the door and they're heading to AEW to freshen things up over there for the tag team division. Then we get ready for the last man standing match, which this probably was the match of the night, which I give pretty much 4 out of 5 stars. But Josh Alexander versus Hammerstone, you couldn't ask for anything better when it came to these boys. These boys put on a big clinic when it came to Alex Hammerstone, and you couldn't ask for anything better. It was a lot of back and forth. They fought throughout the crowd, a lot of transitional moves, everything under the sun that you truly can ask for when it came to a singles match. I believe this delivered probably was the better of all the matches that they actually had against each other, and this pretty much topped everything that they pretty much had on the floor. The conclusion of the match happened with a C-word spike on the ramp, and Josh Alexander became victorious. So that probably puts him in the next spotlight of probably getting a TNA World Heavyweight Championship opportunity as things continue to progress when it comes to him now getting that actual bittersweet victory over Alex Hammerstone. But don't be shy if Alex Hammerstone comes back somewhere along the lines of trying to as well push himself into that main event spot as well, as things continue to be very red hot and the feud continues to boil over when it comes to these two men. But I look forward to seeing the tensions continue to be built and seeing where the storyline continues to be pushed. But I look forward 100% in the involvement of these two players when it comes to the World Heavyweight Championship spots, either becoming the number one contender. Then we get ready for a couple of vignettes. It was a vignette that was played with Josh Grisham finishes his group therapy session, and along with a voiceover said, John is not himself. And then when we speak to the person and let him know that the person is wearing a mask and he becomes his true self, Grisham starts coughing before the octopus confronting him. And during the conversation, the voiceover said the following: there was a great king in Babylon who had a dream, but the visions of his heart is terrifying him. He remained submerged in his vision, and he ran with animals and ate in the field. But Babylon can rebuild. All that is needed is a axe. So that pretty much gave a little hint of Easter egg of who it may possibly be. I would love to know from you guys' own personal opinion or comments as well. Chime them down below so I can know what you guys feel, who that may be implying to in that whole situation. And I look forward to seeing what that actual initial reveal may be in a later date. Then we get ready for the women's match of the night, which was a decent one. We had the TNA Knockouts World Championship on the line, which we had Jordynne Grace, the champion, taking on Steph Dale Lanzer. Couldn't ask for anything better. She was accompanied by Jason Hotch, along with John Skyler. This match was a lot of back and forth, and you couldn't ask for anything better. Steph was in her own. She pretty much did what she could to stay up to the Juggernaut, but I felt like the Juggernaut was way too much when it came to her deliverance, her power, and she did everything she possibly can when it came to this direct match. I enjoyed this women's match as it was a great showcase when it came to everything that pretty much went on. We had a lot of involvement as well in this match, as we had the Good Hands being involved, as well as PCO. Big Khan got involved in this match. It was a lot of twists and turns when it came to everything that happened. And of course, the lights went out and the lights came back on. It revealed Sami Callihan, who attacked the Good Hands, as well as Khan, and laid them out in the ring. And then Callihan tossed Delanzer back in the ring, allowing Grace to catch her with the big fist and hit her with the Made for Japan driver for the 1-2-3 for the pinfall. That was a great initial love that return when it came to Sami coming back and making his return after being taken out by them. And it was a great thing seeing him being involved and making his presence in a TNA ring. Then we got ready for the main event of the night, which was the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Moose going at it against no other than Nick Nemeth. Along the lines, Moose had Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and Alisha Edwards all there as well, accompanying him at ringside as things initially broke down, and they went the distance when it came to this match. I believe this match went a total of 28 minutes, which was pretty decent. Couldn't ask for anything better. A lot of back and forth twists. Everybody was able to hit their signatures, but unfortunately, Nick was just outnumbered when it came to everything that broke down, and Moose ended up picking up the victory with the spear. After the initial victory, we had the little teleprompter do the whole entire glitching and everything that initially broke down. Lights blacked out, and then the arena went dark, which was the hot take of the night. And then we heard in the arena the nice, lovely Matt Hardy voice echoed through the whole entire crowd with the whole "yeah," and that was kind of a little funny. But then, of course, he ended up appearing, hit a twist of faith on Moose, and Matt stood tall when it came to the end of the broadcast, as things are looking to be in the limelight as Matt raised the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So I look forward to seeing where he stands when it comes to everything. But a lot of people were surprised that he made his initial appearance back in TNA. They thought he was for sure going back to WWE to be a part of the new gimmick when it came to the new Wyatt family or the Wyatt Six. But initially, it looks like this is going to be his new home for the time being until we figure out where his next move is going to be, where he's going to finish out his last run when it comes to professional wrestling. But in general, I enjoyed this TNA Rebellion. I give it basically a 4 out of 5, which was not too bad. It was a decent card. feel like they had an honor code and they delivered when it came to every single match that they possibly can. Of course, we had a couple of lackluster matches, but it was decent for my own personal opinion. But I appreciate you guys coming through to show your love and support. Post your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.